What I know is an incomplete story of that 100-year void. Incomplete. How convenient. Chapter 1114. The Wings of Icarus. Well, that doesn't sound ominous at all. Oh, it's gonna be bad. Okay. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage Volume 4. Go enshrine the sword at Hakumai Senma Shrine in Yasue's stead. That is your surrogate pilgrimage. That's nice. I still need to read all the cover stories. Navy HQ New World. The world will sink under the sea? Dr. Vegapunk, what are you talking about? Also, why does he look so detailed? Why does Akainu look so freaking detailed? Okay. Oda was cooking with that one. Mocktown. Gwahahahaha. Now that's funny, so he decides that when he dies, he's gonna go out, throwing the world into chaos? How exactly is the entire world gonna sink underwater, man? Water 7. Around here, we believe him. But the whole world? He's talking about high tides and low tides, is he? It happened! It happened! It happened! DOFLAMINGO! That's rich. What if seawater floods down into Impel Down? Isn't it your job to ensure the safety of prisoners under your care, Magellan? Oh my god, finally! I've been talking about this for such a long time. Finally, we got him reacting to the news! That 1 meter rise the other day had the prison panicking. How many meters does it take to sink the whole world? Most cities in the world will be wiped out with an extra 5 meters of water. Hehehe. What do you think? Should we all move to much higher ground? I'm starting to think, surely that's not the secret of Marie Joie, right? Because it kind of makes sense. If the big secret of Marie Joie is the fact that, like, is the only safe place? But it was talking about a thing, wasn't it? Wasn't it talking about an artifact? I think it was like treasure of Marie Joie. What if he means the moon? Oh my god, don't tell me... Don't tell me we're back to freaking theorizing about Eneru. Impel Down is based on every Gorosei? How does that work? Oh, because it's like, it's cold, there's a desert, because it's the dune worm. Oh yeah, I'm starting to see the pattern. I'm starting to see a pattern. Yeah, I think it was a treasure of Marie Joie, so maybe that doesn't make sense. But then again, I feel like you could phrase that in a lot of different ways. The treasure of Marie Joie could be safety, like in a weird way, right? If only DOFLAMINGO spoke like a normal person and wasn't being cryptic all the time. Let's keep going. Fishman Island. Father, what is going to happen? It just sounds so absurd. Future Island... Oh, so that's all. Thought we were gonna get more. So Noah has got to be... Noah's got to be like for everyone, basically, right? He's like Noah's Ark now. But why is it down there? And the final level is those shrouded from the world. Oh, so that would be Emu. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's neat. I don't think it's like, I don't think there's a connection there. I think it's more so just... But maybe there is. Because, like, isn't Impel Down also based on, like Dante's Inferno and stuff? Because we watched the Murphy video about that. So there could literally be a connection to that. Interesting. Because I was going to say, it's like, it's a nice coincidence and it's kind of neat, but I don't think there's like story implications for that. But now that I think about it, there honestly might be. I don't know how and why, but there could be like some weird way that like initially they were imprisoned there too, when like before they became the Celestial Dragons or something. Well, not Celestial Dragons, when they became the Elders. I don't know. Maybe the reason, hold on. Maybe the reason why they're like completely terraformed, like the towers in Impel Down, is because there was a battle royale in each of the floors, and only the 5 elders survived the battle royales in each of the Impel Down floors, so they terraformed the entire floor. In the same way that like Aokiji and Akainu terraformed the entire Punk Hazard Island. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Future Island Egghead. He can wreak havoc on the entire world even with a lie. This is utter nonsense, Dr. Vegapunk. Destroy the transmission transponder snail. In fact, destroy any life form you can hear. Everything else is secondary. How much you're going to tell them, Stella? He's gonna be cut off. He's gonna be cut off. The fact that we keep seeing... I keep forgetting her name. What's her name? I keep forgetting her name. But the fact that we keep seeing here, she's definitely gonna find it. She's gonna cut it off, I think. So I think there's gonna be like... Okay, now that we've gotten through that... York, yeah. I think York's gonna find it. She's gonna blow it up. So I think we're gonna come to the end of this part. Is gonna be like, okay, so the end of chapter 1, the world is gonna sink. Something, something, One Piece. Something, something, Roger. Something, something, you know. And then he's gonna be like, okay. Also, the devil fruits. And then he's gonna blow up. Is gonna be the end of that. Assuming that the sensors I built are functioning correctly, in the days after I record this message, there should be a most remarkable earthquake that strikes the entire planet. Ragnarok? It's a bit too early for that. I'm thinking Elbaf, earthquakes, Norse. As a result of that, the sea should rise about 1 meter. Well, he's talking about the same one. Oh, I thought it'd be something different. Never mind. Rendering some islands uninhabitable. Was that a prophecy? Beaches around the world. So all of this is talking about Lelucia, right? So he's basically doing this to say Lelucia is going to be erased. Well, because it wasn't erased yet. He knew it was going to be erased. So he's like, I knew that. So you should listen to me. Because I'm already dead. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. If I'm wrong in this prediction, feel free to... Oh, yeah. I need to keep reading. Feel free to disregard the rest of this message. How? That's freaky, man! He totally nailed it! If this has happened, however, you should heed my words very carefully. This implies that Lelucia wasn't the cause of the earthquake? I don't think so. Because wouldn't it just be like him knowing the fact that Lelucia was gonna happen, and Lelucia being blasted just like is by extension what caused all of this? I don't think this is like saying that it wasn't Lelucia. I think it's basically saying that this was Lelucia, and he just knew it was gonna happen. That's what I'm getting for this, from this. Oh, this particular earthquake is not exactly what I would call a natural phenomenon. So yeah. Why would the elders tell him the target? I don't think he needs to know the target. I think he just knows somehow. Well, he's gotta know somehow. He's gotta know. I think this doesn't like change anything about Lelucia. I think this is because of that. Vegapunk, don't you dare say another word. In my own way, I only ever hope for peace. Well, Robin's fighting, so that's good. But this was the root of my first sin. What about the power plants? I mean, it's kind of what I said. It's kind of like narration, but there's also speaking in between. It's kind of what I hope for. Okay, what about the power plants, Mars? Not yet. That chamber must not be harmed above all else. I will go. I dreamt of a source of endless eternal energy, and in my desire to push the world forward into the future. The Mother Flame! I flew too close to the sun. Look. Look. I don't want to say anything, but the Mother Flame inside looks awfully like Brooke's soul. Just putting it out there. Like that little flamey boy looks awfully similar to Brooke's soul. That's number one. What the hell is ANMU? What is ANMU? Wait, hold, isn't this... We were talking about... No, please don't tell me that's what it is. We were talking about Eneru. Wasn't this like one of the things he looked at? Eneru Moon. Because there was the whole like mosaic thing. Not the mosaic, I don't know what's called. What was this? Eneru cover story. If that's what it is, I'm actually gonna mold. I'm actually gonna mold. It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense because that's what it is. And I have a whole theory about that. Where is it? There it is. I mean, they're even called space pirates. All right, let me find which one of these is it. They're even called space pirates. Oh my god, it's exactly what... That's it right there. What are these three supposed to be then? Are these three... I mean, that's a fish. That's a fish. So that's... Are these supposed to be the three ancient weapons? But there's also three dudes here, and they're just like random NPCs. Oh my god. Okay, you know what I think it is? I think it's literally that. I'm starting to think that this whole ancient civilization thingy, they escaped to the moon because they knew what was happening, and I think Eneru is just discovering like the remnants of that. I'm genuinely starting to think that that's exactly what it is, because they're even called space pirates, or is it? Yeah. Because like the thing I keep coming back to is the fact that the ancient civilization had incredibly advanced technology, but we've never seen it except for this. This is literally the only indication of this ever happening. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading the chapter. You're right. I'm gonna keep reading the chapter. Oh my god. It's gonna be freaking Eneru. He's actually gonna come back into the story. Oh no. Please don't tell me we're gonna go to the moon. It's like the one thing I genuinely don't want in One Piece. Okay. Allow me to explain. It's no good. That didn't work. Just what is it? We can't even make that thing so much as flinch. Yow! That's hot. That is happening to our world. Wait, hold on. What? I flew too close to the sun. Destroy every land. Allow me to explain just what it is that is happening to our world. Okay. I've got no clue what's going on. The giant robot is just now marching around. I think the thing is inside the robot. I think that's where it's coming from. Yeah, like the whole Lunarian flame, and the fact that they could literally set themselves on fire and stuff, and the fact that there is a ancient civilization with infinitely more advanced technology, and the fact that that seemingly infinitely advanced technology is on the moon, lunar. I mean, I really don't want to go to the moon. I hope we touch on the lore of the moon, but I really hope we don't go to the moon. I really don't want that to happen. I really don't. From about 900 years... Oh, God. From about 900 years ago to 800 years ago, a period of a century, there is a span of history that is completely and entirely blank. What are you doing, Navy? Make him stop talking. We call this the Void Century because all records from this time were eliminated. The only means to know this lost piece of history... Okay, an execution is too good for him. Bring me his body, I'll mutilate the... Okay. Void Century? What is that? Is to find a message from the past in the form of the poneglyphs scattered across the world and decipher its contents. Okay. Is there more? There's more. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I'm glad Saul D. Goodman is having a good time. Bro is just vibing. So this is just lore about the Rio poneglyph. Okay, so we know all of this basically. Are we gonna get a bit more about this? Let's see. Well, long ago, there were 20 kings who got together and they created the world. Doesn't that man know that? What do you think, Choo Choo? What's Choo Choo? I'm just looking around just to make sure I don't miss stuff. The book just says world. However, the world government has made it a crime of the highest order to decipher the messages of the poneglyph. And despite being a member of the government myself, I broke this law. That was my second sin. Through the sheer tenacity of a group of excellent archaeologists, I inherited some texts and a number of poneglyphs which I have deciphered, and continued studying to the best of my ability. I regret none of this. What a Chad. What a Chad. Didn't they start? We talked about the tequila bridge last time. Yes, I think the bridge is a part of that. I talked about that in the last chapter. I think we spent like 20 minutes talking about that. History, you see, tells a story. Wait, something moved. Huh? Look, are the clouds extending outward? So when Edison said he would make sure we touch down on water, did he mean... Good point. If the clouds stretch farther out, we can reach the sea. Now get off this island, Straw Hats, and don't let the world government lay a finger on you. Why are there so many goats on this island right now? Okay, there's more. Oh, I already see a splash panel of something. In other words, what I know is an incomplete story of that 100-year void. Incomplete. How convenient. It would be dishonest to fill in the blanks with my own speculation, so I will leave you with only the verified truth. Oh my god. Hey, Straw Hat, don't push your luck. The main character of this story was born into a kingdom with an impossibly advanced civilization 900 years ago. This one hurt? Yeah. Oh, I wonder who it's gonna be. I wonder who it's gonna be. I wonder who it's gonna be. Like the sun god Nika spoken of in Elbaf legend, he fought with a body that stretched and contracted. His name was Joy Boy. Hey, stop trying to make us laugh. And he was the very first man on the sea to be called a pirate. That I did not expect. That I did not expect. The fact that he's the first pirate? Of all the things, the first pirate? Also, I think my eye patch theory is wrong. I think we're probably going to see a Joy Boy flashback and he's going to have an eye patch. I don't think it's going to be a case of Luffy getting the eye patch in the present day story. I don't think so. Yes, this does indeed confirm that Nika is a legend, Joy Boy is a real person. Very true. Very true. This does indeed finally confirm that as well. Also proof that Joy Boy was not from Elbaf. Also a good point. But him being the first pirate is what stun locks me. Because, like, if he was the first pirate with incredibly advanced tech, wouldn't he be a space pirate? Which also makes me think of, you know, a bunch of implications about the One Piece. I think Joy Boy is going to be the eye patch pirate. I think so. And I think that's what Oda meant. That, like, we're going to know we're near the end when we see the eye patch. And I think that's going to be Joy Boy. I don't know when we're going to see it, though. I think that's going to be it, though. The Celestial Dragon Girl never heard about the Void Century, so what history did they learn? I think it's probably just like a thing of, oh, this is probably censorship, right? I wouldn't assume that they tell the real history to a bunch of them either. A bunch of this chapter is kind of like, we knew a lot of this stuff, but there's a tiny bit of added context that changes everything fundamentally. Joy Boy being the first pirate. And there is no mention of the D lineage either. You know what's also kind of weird? Like, he says that he flew too close to the sun, right? With the secret. But at the same time, the reason why he's going to be killed now isn't really figuring out the real history, isn't really any of that. It's more so about the fact that he has made contact with Luffy. So, in a way, he got too close to the sun in terms of Luffy, right? And then the whole D lineage. It would be so funny if the D lineage is literally vitamin D. That'd be so funny. Joy Boy flashback is going to be an Elbaf calling it Zo 2.0. It could be something like that, yeah. I wouldn't be against if the Pangea theory is true. It might not be, to be honest. You know what I think would be interesting? If there are two continents, and Joy Boy is sort of the first one to sail between them, or something like that, right? It's like the typical, what's on the other side of the world, and then Joy Boy sails around the world. Something like that. Because now I'm thinking, like, this is going completely off the rails, but, like, the fact that, about like, the Florian Triangle, right? If, like, way back when, there was, like, some sort of ban, you couldn't sail around anywhere because of, like, the Florian Triangle or something, right? And Joy Boy said, no, I'm gonna break the rules, I'm gonna become the first pirate. He sailed around the world. Something like that. I'm completely making stuff up, of course, but... Because him being the first pirate, that's what's... I never expected that. I never did, because I thought Joy Boy was just a dude. But the fact that he is the first one... Because if he was the first one and he had the ship Noah, and Noah's Ark, right? Like carrying every... Hold on. Let me open up Noah's Ark on Wiki again. I'm not educated in this at all. Noah's Ark. Because if he is the start of everything, and he planned to like get all the fishmen to the land, but he couldn't fulfill his promise because he was a pirate. But how does Zunisha play into all of that? Because Zunisha is also still a variable. Do you think this hints at Luffy's dream? It's hard to say, really. It's hard to say. Because the fact that he is the first ever pirate, I think it, like, being the first pirate could mean a number of different things. Because if you are the first one to be defined by this word, it could be for something that now seems completely different. Like, breaking the rules in that day and being the first one to break the rules would mark you as a pirate. Now, breaking the rules doesn't automatically mean you're a pirate, right? Like, in a way, if that makes sense. So it's hard to say. It's gotta be something to do with, like, exploration and something like that. That's what I think, like, the whole Joy Boy stuff is. I just don't really see how that ties into everything else. Yeah, I don't know. Sea Trial must have been rare. Yeah, I think so. Joy Boy's apology was about Noah being his ship and having to leave it behind. I think it was more so to the fishmen, right? Because it makes sense with the whole like carrying them up to the top. But at the same time, I'm just thinking, like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Because the whole Noah's Ark thing is about, like, a big flood, right? And it's a thing. It's now a thing. So why would he be wanting to carry up the fishmen to the top if there's going to be a big flood? And on top of that, if they had advanced technology, what happened? I think it has to do something with the devil fruits. It's gotta be. It can't be anything else. It's gotta be the discovery of the devil fruits, which marked him as a pirate. It's gotta be something like that. Because the thing that, like, immediately makes me... If he was the first pirate, and his body already contorted and stretched, does that imply that he was the first ever devil fruit user? Or does that imply the devil fruits were already around and he just had the gum fruit? Mother Flame's panel may refer to the distance of Earth from the sun, which is about 108 times the diameter of the sun. Also, the distance between the Earth and the moon is about 100 times the diameter of the moon. Maybe Luffy could consume the Mother Flame and have his final transformation. I don't know how that even would work. I don't know. The thing that like is very sketchy about the Mother Flame is that it literally looks like Brook's soul. Let me find a picture of that. It literally looks like Brook's soul. Oh, now it's just giving me pictures of Brook. Brook's soul thriller bark. Why he left his advanced kingdom, what his goal was on the seas, freedom from what? That's what I mean. I think it has to be something akin to, like, sailing the world or something like that. And that's why I immediately go to the trope of, like, what's on the other side of the world, right? Like, was there something hidden on the other side of the world? In the same way that Roger said, I've hid it all in one place, now you just have to go and find it. I wonder if the reason why he's a pirate is because he wanted to go somewhere that was off limits for whatever reason. Be it the Florian Triangle, be it something else. Something in my stereotypical fantasy brain says that's what it is. There was some place, something he wanted to find. Somewhere on the other side of the world. Something like that. Do I seriously not have a picture of Brook's soul? I've mentioned it like 300 times. There is no way I don't have it. Not in a single one of my project folders. Are you for real? One Piece. Thriller bark. I think I'm getting stuck on the fire motif because the fire motif actually shows up like 100 different times. And I mean, Luffy has the fire motif too, right? So it's not that big of a deal. Okay. I'm getting stuck on that now. Let's talk about the fact that I do think... Basically, I think Eneru's story spoiled Egghead. I think there is a connection here. And I think it's, let me count the things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... And then I presume 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I guess? So this is 2, it's in the middle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. Yeah, so it's 16. Okay. Let's look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the same. Yep. It's the same. It's the same. And it has that weird fire thingy in the middle. And it looks like a freaking vault. It's the same thing. Interesting. Because didn't DOFLAMINGO... Hold on. Didn't... 16 bullets. DOFLAMINGO's secret thing was 16 bullets. Yes. 16 holy bullets. What is the connection here? I am so confused. I am so confused. The ancient kingdom rulers were bad, so he became the first pirate rebelled, and that's why 20 kingdoms allied against him. It could be something like that, yeah, but... Because I don't grasp the technology aspect yet. Because, like, what would a pirate from infinitely more advanced tech even look like? Because Noah's Ark... I keep calling it Noah's Ark, but it was just Noah, right? Noah One Piece. It was just big. Like, the ship itself wasn't, like, super advanced or anything. It was just a big ship. Space Pirates were the creation of Vegapunk because they have a similar Roger, Jolly Roger similar to Vegapunk. Let me see. Space Pirates, One Piece. Kinda. I mean, kinda, yeah. Kinda, sorta. Kinda, sorta, but I don't know. I mean, it does look awfully similar. It does look awfully similar. I don't even know. Because I think it makes sense, like, if Vegapunk wants to land on the moon for his research, that makes sense. And how does the Mother Flame even work? Because this is just like a big fuel thing. What does it actually do? Could it be Kuma's soul, or maybe even someone of Joy Boy's crew living on as a Mother Flame? That'd be kind of messed up. I don't think that's what Oda's going for, because that would be very, very messed up, I think. It's like your soul is being used for this weapon. Sheesh. How long the flashback's gonna be? I can't even picture what a Joy Boy flashback would look like now. I'm gonna be totally honest. Because in my mind, Joy Boy was just like just a cool pirate. Not the first one. I don't know. Ring the Ox Bell 16 times? Yes. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. It's a nuclear reactor. You want to learn physics. I don't think this is a nuclear reactor. I think this is, this is not fission. This looks like fusion, my dude. It has a literal sun in it. Or, like a weird fire thing. This looks like fusion. I mean, I guess it's kind of nuclear. But this looks like fusion. Because I'm thinking, like, Vegapunk was talking about the whole infinite energy thing at the start of this arc. I presume that it wasn't really done. I think the crew got separated like Sabaody, with the difference being that not each one of them will get away from separating groups, and also they were united before the final war. I kind of don't want that to happen, because I think we have too many scattered groups. I don't think a separation thing would work here. I think the world is like too scattered right now for that to work as it did in Sabaody. Because the thing with Sabaody is that it didn't really, like, we didn't really see the aftermath of them being scattered, if that makes sense. There was very, very little of them actually being scattered. Because it was just Luffy's story, and then time skip. Like, we got small glimpses of what they're up to, and that's it. If we got separated now, we'd have to follow up with all of them. And Oda was struggling to do that in Wano, where all of us were together, so I don't really want that. But, I've got no idea what to think of this. I'm gonna be totally honest. Like I said, I think my my eye patch theory is wrong. I think it's gonna be Joy Boy, the first one. I do think that seeing DOFLAMINGO again is already the best thing of 2024. And I called it finally. It only took me like 2 years, but I finally got it. Is the Stilt Sky. Very sus. Because I wonder how much it has actually risen. Like the water level. I think I'll leave it there for today, because I've got no idea where this is going to go. Like, I think there's a 50-50 chance that he continues with the incomplete story of the Void Century. But I think there's also, because clearly, like, York is running around with a freaking rocket launcher. So the implication, I think, is she's a Chekov's gun, you know? I think the thing is going to get cut short. I don't think we're going to hear it, even the incomplete version. The question is it going to continue next chapter? Oh my god, and there's a break. Yeah, and the fact that, like, the Celestial Dragon... I don't know if the Celestial Dragon Lady being, like, Void Century, what is that? Are they literally just never taught it? Or is there something more? Like, are there factions within the Celestial Dragons, is what I wonder. Because it would make sense. If these people are obsessed with being at the top of the world, why wouldn't there exist, like, factions within their faction as well? Want to see more prominent players react to the message next chapter, like Blackbeard, for example? I think Blackbeard's reaction would be kind of similar to Mocktown. I don't think he'd care particularly much, to be honest. This is so odd. The thing that, like, really stunlocks me is that Joy Boy has no links to Elbaf. Supposedly. I don't know what to think about this one. Well, on the bright side, it's going to be Elbaf. Like, the fact that we see Saul D. Goodman just chilling, 1,000,000% we're going to Elbaf. It's no longer a question. We're going to Elbaf. And the fact that we see it's going to be scattered in the poneglyphs, I think he also knows where the last red poneglyph is. Road Poneglyph. I think that's why we see him. I don't even know what to say about this chapter. Because, like I said, on one hand, it's a lot of recap. Like, a lot of this stuff we knew. A lot of this stuff is not new at all. The fact that, like, the Void Century existed, yada yada, we've known that for, like, I don't even know how long. But these small added lines, and the fact that DOFLAMINGO is, like, to much higher ground. Can we get much higher? Like, literally. So high. I wonder... I don't think it's gonna be... Because I'm thinking about, like, the weather of the Grand Line again, right? Because I've always thought that it's probably just, like, the Devil Fruit users terraforming the island. But now with the whole sea level rising, maybe there is something more that we're missing. Celestial Dragon's astronaut suit now looks more like a diving suit. It just looks like a weird suit, to be honest. Obviously referring to Marie Joie, but is he, though? Is he, though? Because I think he's referring to Marie Joie, too. But is he, though? Does he know something else? Because, let me put it this way. The thing that, like... When I look at the freaking Eneru cover story, and there are people with wings, which are obviously Sky Islands. There was an infinitely more advanced piece of technology 900 years ago. And we saw Nami live with those dudes on, like, a cloud island. That was, like, number 2. Number 3, we know there are people with wings. Another thing. Number 4, we know there are, like, these weird, robot dudes with Vegapunk already. Number 5, they now have confirmed, seemingly, the Mother Flame. There are so many things that line up with there being something more with, like, the whole, Skypiea stuff and Sky Island stuff and this ancient civilization and all that. I just can't even picture how Joy Boy fits into that. Because I always thought it's gonna be like a simple war between two big sides, and like one of them would be Devil Fruits, one of them would be anti-Devil Fruits. That's kind of what I assumed, right? But now that we have Joy Boy being like the first ever pirate, and that's not to say he's the first ever criminal, right? There could still be a bunch of very, very bad people, but the first ever pirate I feel like recontextualizes more than it should. Alternate translation, maybe we could always go somewhere high up. So he's either talking about Marie Joie or somewhere off planet. I think, like, my obvious, like, the obvious interpretation of it, I think he is being, like, very coy about saying, oh, maybe I should go back to Marie Joie, you know? Because that's just what DOFLAMINGO is. But the treasure of Marie Joie and all that, that's what has me, like, whenever he speaks, I'm always like, what do you mean? What do you mean, DOFLAMINGO? You know? Anyway. I'll leave it there for today. I'm basking in the light of Nika as is. I don't know where we're gonna go next chapter. I think there's gonna be some sort of continuation, but I don't think it's gonna be long. Like, I don't think we should strap in for a Void Century flashback. We did just get the name drop of Joy Boy, so I guess I could always be wrong. But I don't think so. I don't think so. Next chapter, I'm expecting a little bit more lore, and that's about it. The fact that we've never gotten a single word about Devil Fruits outside of that brief thing about dreams is the thing that still has me very confused. Okay, I'll stop going in circles. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back sometime soon, TM. There is a main channel video coming on probably Monday, Tuesday. And then, like I said at the start, there is a main channel video of One Piece also in the works. It's still a couple weeks out, and there's always the chance of me scrapping it, but I think it's gonna happen. It's not obviously Egghead, it's something very different. So, we'll see. We'll see. I don't think it's going to be out before the next chapter, though. So we can still talk about it then. Alright, thank you for joining me. And then I'll see you back. If not soon TM, then whenever the next chapter's out. I think it was like 26th. Alright, have a good one. Bye.